Robbie Hammond.
Robbie Hammond. All right. Hi, Mr. Hammond. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great. How was your weekend?
Good. Can't complain. Got an extra hour of sleep.
Oh, yeah. No, daylight savings really helped me out too. I can definitely understand that.
Saved
Well,
this one.
I know you're short on time. I just want to make sure you still had 10 minutes allotted for a sales call today about Gartner.
Yes, I do. Hard cutoff at 10 minutes though.
Sounds good. Right on. Well, let me get into it. So my name is Jake. We talked earlier. I'm here to see kind of what your business is going through with your technology upgrades and really where you're looking to grow in the next 18 months. So could you just tell me a little bit about what your growth plans are for the next 18 months and kind of what you're doing currently as a CIO?
Yeah, we're definitely in that challenge stage as we have kind of seen the other end of COVID. We're trying to figure out how to definitely grow from there and expand our business. That's been the issue though at the same time is trying to figure out how to do that and what that's going to look like. It's definitely something we have been talking about and figuring out. And in doing that, it's been more a lot of research and just figuring out various components that will get us to our end goal.
Okay. And what does that end goal look like for you?
The end goal for us is going to look like a larger team that can really comprehend what we want to do here at the American Group. Definitely utilize our 3 different segments a bit more and grasp more of the market.
Okay. So you're trying to like expand physically and get more numbers in your office and, have a greater market share in all 3 divisions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there any divisions that you're really looking at that have like a lot of growth potential?
Yeah, right now we're definitely looking at our pharmacy market, which was within our superstores. It's definitely a time to get to know that convenience and get people back out there and really expand what's going on in that.
Okay. And, for the pharmacy, really, what kind of technology are you looking to integrate? What's your goal in the next 18 months in terms of digital upscaling with that?
Yeah, I think we do just want to upgrade all of our systems and have better integration, whether that be connection through the various pharmacies or around, and just a better understanding of like product flow and development throughout the system.
Okay. Yeah, totally. That definitely makes sense. Is there any other areas that you're really looking to grow? I mean, connectivity, especially within the pharmacy division is important, but anything else?
Yeah, I think also just within my team and management specifically, just looking at how we can grow and better prepare just as a core group.
Okay. So you're looking for growth at the corporate central level and also specifically in the pharmaceuticals.
Mhm.
What kind of research are you doing right now? How are you kind of coming to these goals? What are you doing?
All kinds of research. Google's been our main database of where we're just looking, trying to find something to connect the dots. My team's definitely put a lot of time into finding what can be used, and it is primarily through just various search engines.
See, how much time would you say you're spending per week on this?
More than I would like.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those things.
Okay. And do you have a team working on this, or is it mainly you taking on this work?
I do have a team under me. It's a team of 5. We are working together. I'm definitely going through all of it. I have been able to delegate more of it to them, but at the end of the day, having me and then my partners make those decisions, we have to know what's going on as well.
Okay. And is there like another project kind of going on in the background where, I mean, if you weren't doing this, you could be doing something else?
I mean, having those 2 expansion projects are both happening at the same time and they require different resources. So it would be nice to be able to allocate my time differently between the 2.
Definitely. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Right on. Okay. Well, I appreciate you like filling me in and kind of what projects you're looking at. I'm interested in kind of what your timeline is for completion and what kind of budget you're looking for when doing these projects.
Yeah, for completion, we'd love to get it going. Our initial goal was before the end of the year, but that's quickly approaching and seeming more and more unlikely as we get there. So probably before first quarter of next year, at least have the core um, team a better understanding of that, and then from there being able to better grow that other division. But I think for right now, it's definitely the core team, and with the budget, it's It's a budget. We're figuring it out. It's a little all over the place. Trying to balance the pre-COVID and post-COVID expenses and see how they might align. So it's been interesting.
Okay. So, end of March, you want to have this completed. And the budget's kind of volatile right now because you're coming out of this transitional
Yeah.
phase. Am I hearing you correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Totally. That makes sense. So yeah, I'm here to talk to you about Gartner. And I can clearly see that there's a lot of different ways that we could help you out. And I just wanted to see if you'd be interested in learning more.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'll just pull up my slides and kind of we can get into how Gartner can help you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you see my screen?
I can.
Wonderful. Let me just get in present mode. Oh, this is the end of the presentation. All right. Like I said, this is Gartner for CIOs. And my contact information is here and it'll be at the end as well. So really what Gartner for CIOs does is we have these different tools that allow you to maximize the amount of utility you're getting out of your technology. So if you're looking for an upgrade, we can get you the best vendor at the best price and make sure it's integrated well and on time. So from what you told me today, I think we're really looking at the Magic Quadrant and the critical capabilities features. I think those will be really important for you in making sure you get that right technology to grow pharmaceuticals and even at the core level. So when you're looking at pharmaceuticals, you're looking for growth. You have to decide which kind of vendors are really going to be suiting your needs the best. We have the leaders who are going to be kind of more experimental, but are also going to show up and deliver quality product. But we have other people who play in this niche players arena and elsewhere. So when you're doing your research on Google, I'm sure you're overloaded with different vendors and different offerings. Really what this tool allows you to do is cut out 75% of the competition and focus on the 25% that are actually going to help you. This way we can be saving you a lot of time on a lot of scrambling around on Google. So once we identify what vendors you're going to need and what arena they're playing in, we can find what's the best fit for you. We weigh what's most important to you, and then we can start sorting out 75% again of those vendors that are going to work best for you and rank them on who's going to perform the best. Do you have any questions about that?
No, that actually makes sense.
Wonderful. So I know we're running short on time, but we also have here the IT budget tool. I know you said your budget is pretty volatile, but this tool allows you to compare what you're doing next to what the industry standard is and competitors. So over in the bottom right, it's a little hard to read, but in these columns, it shows kind of what you're spending right here, what your competitors are spending, and what the industry average is. So you can see, okay, are we spending a little less than average? Are we spending more than average? And so you can develop your competitive advantage this way. You can kind of see, like, if we want to be competitive, what are we going to be having to do relative to those in our arena? So moving on to the executive partner, Robbie, it looks like you came into this role in 2020. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right on. So I'm sure you have your own network that you bounce ideas off of, but really the Gartner package comes with this executive partner, which ends up becoming kind of the crown jewel of the whole thing. It allows you to integrate everything really well, make sure you meet your deadlines on time, and bounce ideas off of someone who's well experienced as a CIO and other positions in a business. Do you have a current mentor, someone you can bounce ideas off of?
I not in this particular sense, but I definitely have people I can like talk to in the general idea of the business as a whole, but not specific to my position.
Okay. Yeah. So this executive partner can kind of be there and your coach in your corner, monthly calls, call when you need them or her. And it can be a huge asset down the road, especially when, you're really looking to make a purchase decision. So this is our pricing structure. I know we're almost at time. But so year one would be $50,000, year two, 51.5, year three, 53.1. And to add additional members, I know you have a team of 5. Each additional one would be 15,000, increasing by 500 for every additional member. Do you have any questions about price?
So if I were to does each of my additional 5 need their own, like they each will be 15,000?
Yeah, so each additional member is going to need their own account, we do this because of privacy reasons, and so that way you can control who sees what information. And it's just the best way to go about it with keeping, the integrity of your business and budget. I know it's a big decision too, so I would love
Mhm.
to get your CEO and CFO on the phone. We can kind of talk about the value here.
Yeah, that's definitely a high number for us right now.
Yeah, no, the price is definitely a lot. However, the savings are really where the money's at. Because of our contract negotiation and the other features we offer, we can almost guarantee 20% savings on 80% of your contract. So, if you're working with a budget of $1 million, 80% of the time we're going to be able to save you $20,000. So, really, as this goes up, I mean, the savings are almost uncapped. But I know we're out of time, so I would love to talk to you more about this later. Before we wrap up, do you have any quick questions for me?
What would next steps, if I have to, of course, talk about the pricing, but like where do we go?
Definitely. So I would be able to set up a meeting with your CEO, CFO, and you. We can get some of our account engineers here, and we can kind of walk through the process of what it would look like with Gartner, what the day to day would be, the month to month, and figure out a financing plan that works well for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's set up a meeting next Monday, if that works for you.
Mm-hmm. That
Okay.
should.
Wonderful. Right on. I'll send that over to you, and we can meet then.
Perfect.
It's great talking to you. Have a good week.
Well, thank you. You too.
Bye bye.
Good job.